Ever wish you could ditch the cable on stage and stay in perfect tune? Well, meet the P58 from Xvive. It's a wireless guitar system that keeps you in tune. Stick around. Hey, welcome back to Music for Miles, your go-to resource for all things guitar and music. Today we're diving into the P58 Wireless Guitar System from Xvive. Now, it's a 5.8 gigahertz wireless guitar system that does a double duty as a guitar tuning pedal on your pedal board. We're going to check out the system today, go over all of the features and benefits, and put it to the test. Alright, so diving into today's video, why don't we check out what comes in the box. So here's what the box looks like. It's actually a really well-designed box. It has kind of like a shiny effect here on the product itself. Then on the back, you have a diagram of how you're supposed to hook it up to your guitar system, specs, stuff like that. So why don't we go ahead and open up this box. There's a little pull tab here on the side. I've done a lot of Xvive reviews on this channel and their packaging is always top notch. All right, so here's what it looks like when you pull the tray out of the box. So we're gonna start off with the A58 wireless receiver. If you guys have seen my previous reviews with Xvive, I did review the A58 system. The big thing you're getting though is a 5.8 gigahertz signal. You also get active pickup support. All right, moving along, we do get the P58 pedal. So here's what the pedal looks like unplugged. It does have a nice little screen protector on there. Here's what the back of the pedal looks like, has a few pads, but you do have your power insert there for the wall wart. I believe it's a 9 to 12 volt power source, and you do have a USB-C input. That USB-C input allows you to charge the A58 while it's on your pedal board, which is actually really convenient. I'm very glad that it came with the power supply. Here's what the power supply looks like. You plug one end into your pedal, one end into the wall. Or if you have pedal power, you can use pedal power too. You get a smaller USB-C, it's a male-to-male cable, and we get your nice little mini manual. All right, so now that we've done the unboxing, let's go over some of the features and specifications of the P58 system. As I mentioned, this is a 5.8 gigahertz true diversity wireless system. You're gonna have a stronger signal, and there's some really cool features like auto channel select. It'll choose the strongest signal available and automatically pair the receiver and transmitter. It is going to have high resolution 24-bit audio. Now the A58 here is going to take about 2.5 hours to fully charge, but once you fully charge this transmitter, it's going to last you about 5 hours. Now unless you're playing back-to-back gigs and doing long sets, that's way more than enough battery life to get you through a gig. Now this system has less than 5 milliseconds of latency. We're going to test that out later to see if you can notice the difference. Now there are 6 wireless channels, so if you have other A58 systems or other wireless receivers and transmitters on stage, you can have up to 6 different wireless connections on stage and not interfere with each other. Now you are going to have a wireless range line of sight of 100 feet. I tested that with the A58 in my previous video. The same goes for this. It is pretty much the same system except for your receiver is going to be in pedal format that also doubles as a chromatic tuner. Now the really cool thing about the A58 system is it's compatible with passive and active pickup systems. Now another great upgrade with the A58 system is it's all USB-C ran. You can connect one end of it into the pedal itself, and while this pedal has power on your pedal board, all you have to do is pair up the A58, plug it in just like this, and you can actually charge this during the gig, before the gig, whatever you need to, through the pedal itself. So you don't actually have to bring a wall wart to charge this thing if you're touring. Now, if you are a pedal nerd, there is true bypass or buffered bypass. If you have long cables, you might want to turn on the buffered bypass, but if you want the truest sound, you could switch over to true bypass. And of course, you do get a very bright lit LED display on this that's easy to read in any weather and any condition with a built-in chromatic tuner. And it's a very accurate chromatic tuner, and it's actually really easy to see from any distance. I do have a D'Addario tuning pedal that's on my board currently. We're gonna compare the two. The one that's on my board is a little thinner than this, but it also doesn't double as a transmitter for a wireless system, so I think I will be replacing my D'Addario with this one. So let's set this up. I have the P58 plugged in currently, so I have power connected to it. This is going into my DAW. And let's go ahead and pair the A58 here. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna press and hold this channel select button here for 3 seconds. All right, so it looks like it's selected channel 1. I'm gonna then turn on the A58, which I have right here. And there's a little channel select button here, and you could cycle through the different channels. So we're gonna go to channel 1, which I think it was already on channel 1. So there's another LED indicator here with the A on it that's lit up. That is for your active pickups. I am gonna be using an active pickup system on my guitar for the demo, so I have it turned on, but if you wanna turn it on or off, you just press and hold the channel select button, for 3 seconds, and it will turn that LED off. This is in passive mode, and if you press and hold, it turns it on. It is worth noting, like, some passive pickup systems might be a little hot, and if you're getting clipping and stuff like that, you can just turn on active mode, and it just takes a few dB off the signal to avoid clipping and stuff like that. Now that the RF is lit up green, that means that the two are paired. Press the button once to enter tuning mode. It'll then also light up this little mute button to let you know that your signal's muted to your amp. And go ahead and hit an open string, and this wonderful, very bright LED system lights up. It will go right in the middle and turn green when you're in tune. So now I am tuned up, and you press it one more time. You are now unmuted and ready to play. So let's test it out. Let's plug it into Pro Tools. We're gonna see how this system sounds when you plug direct in, because you can actually use this just as a pedal. There is an in and an out. We're gonna see what it sounds like using the wireless receiver, and then we're gonna go direct into Pro Tools using an amp sim through STL Amp Hub, and we're gonna see what it sounds like with a cable versus wireless. All right, guys, so for this demo, I am using this Artemis Custom from Close Guitars. This does have Fluence Classics in it, which are active pickups. I have everything hooked up, ready to go. We're in wireless mode. I have the P58 right here hooked up, ready to go as well. I'm in tune, so let's hear what it sounds like using this system. I am going to be on the neck pickup, and I have voice 2 activated. Let's try something distorted now. All right, guys, there you go. That's the demo. Now, there is a subtle difference between using the wireless system and plugging direct in. All right, so let's talk about the pros and the cons of the P58 system. Let's start with the pros. This is pro grade sound. You got less than 5 milliseconds of latency on here. This does have wide frequency response. I love that it has auto pairing. It'll find the best signal and make sure there's no conflicts when it's pairing to the wireless transmitter. I love that it comes with a power source, which is great. I really can't stand it when you buy a nice pedal system that doesn't come with power or you don't have power. So this does come with power, and it does have that little fast charge USB-C input here. So you can charge your transmitter, the A58, on your pedal board and not really have to worry about bringing one of those USB-C wall warts. And finally, another big pro here is 5 hours of battery life on a 2.5 hour charge. 5 hours is solid. That's enough time for you to do a rehearsal, sound check, and play your gig. The only other negative I found with the pedal is that the channel selection switch is right here, right next to where you're actually stomping on this thing to turn it on and turn it off. So there is a small risk that you can accidentally change your channel. I couldn't do it because my foot just couldn't hit it at the same time. But it would have been nice if they moved the channel selection up here to the top, so you're not at any risk of accidentally hitting that thing and losing your channel. And that's pretty much all the negatives I can think of. This thing is like 99% positive. Now, if you guys are interested in purchasing the P58 system, I will have a link below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button too so you do not miss out on my future videos. And until next time, I'm Michael. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.